First, I'm going to read The Charge of the Star Goddess by Starhawk. If I can get to it. Hear the words of the Star Goddess, the dust of whose feet are the hosts of heaven, whose body encircles the universe. I, who am the beauty of the green earth and the white moon, among the stars and the mysteries of the waters, I call upon your soul to arise and come with me, for I am the soul of nature that gives life to the universe. From me all things proceed, and unto me they must return. Let my worship be in the heart that rejoices, for behold, all acts of love and pleasure are my rituals. Let there be beauty and strength, power and compassion, honor and humility, mirth and reverence within you. And you who seek me, seek to know me. Know that your seeking and yearning will avail you not unless you know the mystery. For if that which you seek is you find not within yourself, you will never find it without. For behold, I have been here with you from the beginning, and I am that which is attained at the end of desire. That is a poem or a charge that many pagan and Wiccan groups start their worship service with nowadays. I just wanted to sort of set the scene, and now I'm going to go back and do some of the business that we always do before our services. Welcome. Come, whoever you are. You are welcome here, no matter your age, your size, the color of your eyes, your hair, your skin. You are welcome here. You are welcome here whether you come with laughter in your heart or tears in your eyes. You are welcome here. No matter what you have experienced in the past, no matter what awaits you in the future, you are welcome here. Whether you believe in God all of the time, some of the time, or none of the time, you are welcome here. This is a community of open minds, loving hearts, and willing hands. Welcome to South Valley Universalist Society. I'm Luci Malin. My pronouns are she and her. I am a getting older woman with short hair. I'm wearing a fun flowered dress. I'm on the plump side. We are doing these type of descriptions as a recognition that there are people among us who don't see well, and by describing ourselves, we hope to be able to make those people feel a bigger part of our community. We are having the Golden Celery Competition, which is a competition between a couple of different liberal, progressive congregations as to who can bring the most food for the food drive. Which church will win the golden celery? And there's a box back there, a table with, it's nicely displayed now. We can see what's being contributed. We are going to now take a moment to fully arrive and welcome each other with joy. We will talk to each other for 3-4 minutes, and then we will hear some music and come back to our seats. So I hope everybody finds someone they don't know very well to talk to.
Stand if you'd like to. 361. Enter, rejoice, and come in.
announcement.
Hey there, I just wanted to put the word out. So right now we're doing the Golden Celery competition, but in the end of July and the beginning of August, we are going to also be doing another drive. And right now school supplies are just starting to get out in the stores. So what we're going to be doing is trying to help put together backpacks full of school supplies for children that are part of a program. A lot of them are immigrants or refugees, and they're working with families and trying to learn English as a second language over the summer. And this organization is trying to help them transition into the school year well by providing backpacks to these families. And so we will need a bunch of school supplies. I'll put a list out in happenings. And then also we're going to have a wish list on Amazon if people want to contribute that way. So there'll be a lot of different options, but I just wanted to throw it out there so it's kind of in your consciousness. If there's things like you see a really great deal when you're in a store, you can just grab something when it's on your mind. And that way, the problem is that school starts at the end of August, and so it needs to be completed by that point. Along with that, I think we're going to actually hope to have a day where we get together, we can actually assemble the backpacks and stuff them all, and then hopefully also work on our playground and outside, just building maintenance so that there will be service for adults and service for kids, and make it a big fun day where we can get a lots of stuff done as the community. So just things to sort of have in your mind, and all of the details will be coming out in happenings. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Does somebody want to help me light the chalice? Kate. Come on up here. Oh, we got two. Okay.
Oh, that's not good. That's a big
In the reading of our chalice words, and they're going to help me. We light this chalice for the warmth of love, for the light of truth, and for the energy of action. Thank you. Do the rest of the kids want to come up for a story, or young at heart? The story's for everybody.
Come on up and grab a cushion. There you go, big time. Okay, did everybody who wanted a cushion get one?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Caitlin, and I have a story for you today. I know we match.
There can only be one.
Yeah.
There can only be one.
This is called Are You My Mother? And it's by P.D. Eastman. And some of you might know this one.
I know this. Look at that.
A mother bird sat on her egg. The egg jumped. Uh-oh, said the mother bird. My baby will be here. He will want to eat. I must get something for my baby bird to eat, she said. I will be back. And so away she went. The egg jumped. It jumped and jumped and jumped, and out came the baby bird.
Shouldn't you wait for the baby bird to hatch and then you fly?
Oh, that was a good question. So Chloe wants to know, shouldn't the mother bird wait until the baby hatches and then go get food? What do you think? But then this book would be a whole lot shorter.
Yeah, exactly.
Where is my mother? He said. He looked for her. He looked up. He did not see her. He looked down. He did not see her.
You look to the right and left.
I will go and look for her, he said. So away he went. Uh-oh. Can baby birds fly?
No.
Oh, no.
We're gonna bring
Down out of the tree he went. Down, down, down. It was a long way down. The baby bird could not fly. He could not fly, but he could walk. Now I will go and find my mother, he said. He did not know what his mother looked like. He went right by her, and he did not see her. He came to a kitten. Are you my mother? He said to the kitten. The kitten just looked and looked. It did not say anything. The kitten was not his mother, so he went on. Then he came to a hen. Are you my mother? He said to the hen. No, said the hen.
No.
The kitten was not his mother. The hen was not his mother, so the baby bird went on. I have to find my mother, he said. But where? Where is she? Where could she be? Then he came to a dog. Are you my mother? He said to the dog. I am not your mother, I am a dog, said the dog.
I can see that. Kind of looks sad.
The kitten was not his mother, the hen was not his mother, the dog was not his mother. So the baby bird went on. Now he came to a cow. Are you my mother? He said to the cow. How could I be your mother? Said the cow. I am a cow. The kitten and the hen were not his mother. The dog and the cow were not his mother. Did he have a mother? Does he have a mother?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does he know that?
No.
I did have a mother, said the baby bird. I know I did. I have to find her. I will.
So maybe you go back to the nest and leave.
Now the baby bird did not walk, he ran. Then he saw a car. Could that old thing be his mother? No, it could not. The baby bird did not stop. He ran on and on. Now he looked way, way down. He saw a boat. There she is, said the baby bird. He called to the boat, but the boat did not stop. The boat went on. He looked way, way up. He saw a big plane. Here I am, mother, he called out. But the plane did not stop. The plane went on.
That is not your mother.
Just then, the baby bird saw a big thing.
No.
This must be his mother. There she is, he said. There is my mother. Is that his mother?
No. Nope.
No. Does anybody know what that is?
I forgot what it's called, but you use it to build.
Yeah, it's construction equipment, isn't it? He ran right up to it. Mother, mother, here I am, mother, he said to the big thing. Oopsies. But the big thing just said, snort. Oh, you are not my mother, said the baby bird. You are a snort. I have to get out of here. But the baby bird could not get away. The snort went up. It went way, way up, and up, up, up went the baby bird. But now, where was the snort going? Oh, 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 what is this snort going to do to me? Get me out of here.
Jump and fly.
Well, can he fly yet?
He can try.
He could try, but I don't think he's going to get very far. Just then, the snort came to a stop. Where am I? Said the baby bird. I want to go home. I want my mother. Then something happened. The snort put that baby bird right back in the tree. The baby bird was home. Just then, the mother bird came back to the tree. Do you know who I am? She said to her baby. Yes, I know who you are, said the baby bird. You are not a kitten, you are not a hen, you are not a dog, you are not a cow, you are not a boat or a plane or a snort. You are a bird, and you are my mother. The end. I have a question for you. Did the baby bird have to go looking for his mother?
No.
No. Even though she wasn't there when he hatched, was she still taking care of him?
Yes.
Yeah. I want you to kind of think about that. If you have a cushion, I'm going to ask you to put it away, and we are going to sing our children out. There's some fun activities for you downstairs.
So, we're going to sing this a cappella, guys. We can do it. Here we go.
If you want to go downstairs, please go downstairs and there'll be some activities for you. Welcome to Cakes for the Queen of Heaven is a UUA adult religious education program that was very popular during the mid-'80s. I led it several times at First Unitarian Church, and other people, they've offered it more recently than we have, I believe. It's a 10-week course, and it looks at the demise of matriarchy and the rise of patriarchy, looking back using historical records about when there was a time, many of us believe, some people surmise, when women were more in charge of the world and especially in charge of the spiritual side of life. It's very what's the word I want to say? True that when you're living outside, if you've ever spent a summer out camping or anything like that, you pay much more attention to what is around you, the sky, the stars, the water, the trees, the breeze, the colors, and all these elements of our life outside come to be personified into the being of a goddess. There's also a rather large group of people who think that that the earth itself is a living body united and is the goddess, that the earth itself is what gives us life, what we share the gifts of in terms of food and water and shelter and other things that we derive from around us. And it makes perfect sense to me that women would be the center of this, since women are the ones who procreate. In 15, 20,000 years ago, people didn't really understand exactly where babies came from, but they knew they came from a woman. And that was a bond. It's a bond among all of us. We all come from a woman. We come from a man too, but it's more pronounced, the connection we have to our mothers in the early years of our lives. Just find where I am here. The different sacraments that we understand today, such as drinking wine or the blood of God or the blood of the goddess, these are all older activities that have been combined into the more modern religions that we know now. And because goddess worship became an evil thing, you could be punished, you could be killed. Women were called witches if they appreciated magic or any of the more subtle forms of power that we all have access to. The old traditions, such as the fertility rites on May 1st, the Beltane is a Wiccan holiday that has been sort of overcome now by Easter. And part of the reason that happened is people were older and practicing these worship times, they hid them behind a more traditional and accepted Christian rite so that they wouldn't get caught and killed. So Beltane, May 1st, is probably the most important one. It's when we celebrated fertility rites. The maypole is a phallic symbol that we dance around. That time of the year was one of people coming together after a cold struggle through the winter, not enough food, not enough warmth, perhaps not enough interaction with others because people sort of hole up during the winter. And then coming out into the beautiful spring, the warmth, the frolic, and a sexual ecstasy. So it was a very big event, and people were wild and crazy, and you didn't necessarily know who the father of the child was that came along at Christmas time or thereafter. But and that had to change as the patriarchy started to take hold, and as we moved from a hunter-gatherer type of society to a more stable one, where agriculture became the primary way that food and comfort, all the necessities of life were gathered, and people stayed in one place. Property became a thing. It used to be everybody owned the land. It was people didn't think about private ownership. But with patriarchy, a lineage needed to happen to have an heir to pass down the land that you had been tending in your family. So that was another big change. It's interesting to try to figure out exactly why the matriarchy was overcome. But it mainly seems to me to be power. Men saw that there was a power void and stepped in, and things began to change slowly but surely, till now we have a pretty established patriarchy that's telling us all what we should be doing or not doing. Let's see, find where I am. There's there is. The Eleusinian mysteries of the Greek and Roman times, we still don't know exactly what they were, but women got together, and because it was so sacred, they kept it secret. And they kept it so secret that we still don't know what exactly was going on in these meetings that were happening all around Europe in the early days of our Western civilization. But they were thought to be sacred rites that gave power and wisdom to women. The goddess is known by many names. Gaia is one. Astarte, as we listen to that hymn that was in the beginning, Isis, Astarte, Hera, all the Aphrodite, Minerva, that's a Latinization of Athena. All these goddesses were there, and they were embodiments of some sort of personality trait. And it seems to me that that would be quite a easy way to create a spirituality that meant something to you. We need rain, so we better dance to the rain god. We need food, we need a good harvest. These are all things that people learned to appreciate and learned to respect and learned to call in to help them get through the struggles that they might have been facing in order to survive. People need protection from the elements, things that can be good, such as the weather can be great, but it could also be heat, freezing, cold, wind, drought, become deadly. So in our activities, we try to make sure that we get the more protective side of those elements. Without artificial light, it's much more visible what is happening as the sun moves. Right now, that our sun it's moving. It was at the northernmost point 2 weeks ago or a week ago, and then it's now coming back to it'll be in the center, and then in the winter it goes as far south as it can go. And if you live up above, you can see that on the horizon. If you lived out in the middle of the woods, you could pay attention to the light, the changes, things that we today have, because of artificial light and other type of things, we've forgotten or we neglect to pay attention to. These seasons flow into each other, the cycles of sowing, sex, birth, growth, flowering, maturation, harvesting, reflecting. All these are certain. They come in a cycle, and we can anticipate their arrival. The pagan movement today it consists of people who have decided that they are not going to follow the traditional Christian-based religions that most people in our society believe in. The Abrahamic religions, Christianity, Judaism, and Islam all come from the words of Abraham, and so they are connected, but they're all separate paths to a different way to achieve a feeling of unity with the spirit of the goddess, with the spirit of other people who are around you, with the spirit of animals, with the spirit. Now we're learning more and more that plants actually react to different stimuli that we provide them, and perhaps they even communicate with each other. When I was in school, the mycorrhizae, which is the top layer of the soil that has a lot of biotic materials, that was just being started to be studied. People didn't even realize what it was. And now it's a huge branch of science. We're looking at all the activity that happens in that first top 6 inches of soil. And it's thriving with life. And we are part of that cycle. It takes us a little bit of time and energy in this day and age to appreciate that. But I know many, many women have altars in their homes. How many of you have a small altar? A few of you. A candle, maybe a glass of water, some flowers. These are symbols that have been used for millennia to appreciate our connection with nature and with the flow of the tides, the light, the seasons. The words "cakes for the Queen of Heaven" appears in the Bible once. It's in Jeremiah 7:18. And the words are, "The children gather wood, the fathers kindle the fire, the women knead dough to make cakes for the Queen of Heaven. And they pour out the wine and drink offerings to other gods to provoke me to anger." God supposedly said those words to Jeremiah, and what he was saying in that phrase was that there's only one God, and it's me, and you all are breaking the rules because the women are baking cakes for the Queen of Heaven, and there is no Queen of Heaven, there's only God. One God, me, the God that spoke to Jeremiah. So that's where those words came from, and there are several theologians, Rosemary Radner Ruther, Shirley Ann Rank, who wrote Cakes for the Queen of Heaven, who have quite authentically verified that there was goddess worship happening. There are, you've seen the little Venus figurines of the goddess. The goddess appeared in all forms, a mermaid, a white fawn. Those are all signs of the goddess in different forms and in different shapes of meaning. Patriarchy is defined as the rule of the father rather than the mother. Traditionally, I talked about that, sorry. And I've talked to others who have thought about doing another episode of Cakes for the Queen of Heaven. But it seems like nowadays, with COVID and things that have happened, people don't want to come for a 10-week course, once a week for 2 hours. That has been a shift in our society, I think, based on what we've gone through in the last couple of years. Things have also changed because electronics have made everything easier. More information is so much more accessible to people. And you can find this information by yourself very easily. And I think people are preferring to do that nowadays. I might be wrong, but it seems that way. And also the old, I have it in there, Cakes for the Queen of Heaven came in a box set with a book and some readings and a film strip. How many of you know what a film strip is? So it's not easy to access information in that way anymore. I have thought about trying to find, if I could find it, the film strip and having the individual photos scanned, and then it would be easier to present in a way that is more acceptable to us nowadays. So, and there are other, if you haven't really looked at the UUA, the Unitarian Universalist Association website, there are tons of resources in there for all sorts of classes, referring you to other organizations. There's so much information to be had and to learn about. I do think that Unitarian Universalism recognizes the spirit in each of us and recognizes the importance of us connecting. And this is all based, in my opinion, on woman-based theology, that we are all connected. We help each other. We appreciate each other. We come together for joy, singing, camping, sitting around the fire. These are ancient traditions that our society appreciates and I think needs more of right now. One of the things I wanted to do today is a little bit different, but in your gray hymnals, if you open them to the first section, there's a bookmark here, and this says, this book is given in honor of Adeline Polovoy by Becky Elliott and David Mason. So Adeline and her husband Leonid were two of the founders of this church. This church happened as an offspring of First Church because that was getting too crowded, and as the south part of the valley grew, it was decided that we needed another congregation down here. So Adeline and Leonid were, when I say, they were incredible people who put a lot of time and energy into getting this congregation started. Becky Elliott and David Mason were married at that time. They're no longer. And Becky was president of the congregation for many terms, and she has moved back to Indiana and has married a man from Portugal, so she's part-time in Portugal and part-time in the United States now. But it is nice to, I think, remember these people who were the founders, and maybe not the most prominent founders, but there are all sorts of people. We had a big drive to buy, it was a big deal to buy these hymnals in the beginning. People pledged to buy one or two, and they at that time, I think they were $30, which was really expensive. Now it's still expensive, but it's not like what it would be today, I don't think. So I just wanted to, I think that the connections that we have going back many years are ones that we need to remember and protect and not let them drift away and out of our consciousness. And that's sort of the same way as goddess worship, that it once was the only alternative people had, and they participated, and it was more a part of everyday life than we have now. So I think we'll move now into the offering, and Jordan is going to sing a solo. And if you can repeat the words that are in our order of service, I think they're in there. For all we have received, I'm doing this backwards, aren't I? But for all we will receive and all we have the courage to give, may we be truly thankful. May these gifts be a blessing to South Valley and to the Utah Foods Kids Cafe. We do split our offering of the money received today, half to the Ministers Fund and half to another organization, and that's the one that we've chosen right now, Food Bank, Utah Food Bank Kids Cafe. So I'll turn it over to Jordan.
So I'll lead everybody in the offering words. You can read them up here. We are this church. We are its hands, its heart, its voice. Together we share the wealth of this community and sustain it with our gifts. Would the ushers come up and collect the offering, please? All right, go ahead. Mother of all in every age, in every clime adored, by saint, by poet, and by sage, your praises high have soared. Goddess of nurture and of love, all nature sings your care. In life's extravagance you prove the gift of giving fair.
I'm going to read the charge of the Star Goddess one more time. I, who am the beauty of the green earth and the white moon among the stars and the mysteries of the waters, I call upon your soul to arise and come to me. For I am the soul of nature that gives life to the universe. From me all things proceed, and unto me they must return. Let my worship be in the heart that rejoices, for behold, all acts of love and pleasure are my rituals. Let there be beauty and strength, power and compassion, honor and humility, mirth and reverence within you. And you who seek to know me, know that in your heart, seeking and yearning will avail you not unless you know the mystery, for that is what you seek. If you find it not within yourself, you will never find it without. And behold, I have been there with you from the beginning, and I am that which is attained at the end of desire. We're going to close with a final hymn, Finlandia. We would be one.
Please go ahead and stand if you're willing and able.
Our
I'm going to extinguish the chalice. We extinguish this chalice, but not the warmth of love, the light of truth, nor the energy of action. We hold each other in our hearts until we meet again. And I always like to close with a benediction that was written by Mark Bellatini, who was in Columbus, Ohio. He was their minister for over 30 years, I believe. And this dates back to the early days of this congregation. Go in peace, live simply at home in yourself. Be just in your word, just in deed. Remember the depth of your own compassion, and do not forget your power in the days of your powerlessness. Do not desire with desire to be wealthier than your peers. Never stint your hand of charity. Practice forbearance in all you do. Take care of your body. Be good to it. It is a good gift. Crave peace for all peoples in this world, beginning with yourselves, and go as you go with the dream of that peace set firm in your heart. Amen.